So when I say yoga as tools, I want you to think of yoga as an adaptable set of tools that have many uses. I will use all the tools to manage this illness, and I have been teaching you guys about this for several years. Supplements, heat packs, creams and lotions and ointments, medicines, healthy eating, and yoga. Any tool that exists, I will take if it helps. So yeah, it's a gentle form of exercise, and I do make yoga that is accessible for us so we can do it. But it's also hundreds of poses that may function as day-to-day mechanisms to help us with pain, like neck stretches or cat and cow pose. Breathing is a vital component of being well. I've done entire trainings on how breathing can help us with pain and fatigue and brain fog. A lot of us are breathing incorrectly. When you're in a lot of pain, you tend to breathe quite shallow, which puts a lot of tension in your upper body. So just the breathing piece can actually be really helpful. Meditation, I mean it 100%. When I say yoga nidra, guided meditation is my secret sauce. It is saving my life regularly. I do not sleep that well in the nighttime. When I'm pregnant, I sleep even less well, and I use it as my rest when the baby is napping, and it makes such a difference. It helps me experience those deeper brainwave patterns that mimic deep sleep, which I don't often get in the nighttime, and it makes all the difference for me because I can't nap. I know, whoever thought of someone with chronic insomnia, chronic fatigue, but an inability to nap? It's rude, but anyway. And if you want, there is philosophy based on how we can treat ourselves and how we can treat others. Mindfulness is a really important tool, but what we're talking about here is more these physical tools. So how does it look to use those tools? What could it look like if you were to take these tools? You could use cat and cow pose whenever you need it, and you can do that seated or on the floor. Deep breathing when you feel overwhelmed or panicked. Guided meditation in order to experience some rest, restorative poses, a mindful bedtime routine, neck stretches at your computer or in the car or in your chair or at the supermarket, and classes for specific purposes. One of the classes I have on YouTube and in the studio is yoga for a neck headache. How I use the tools, I do gentle stretches first thing. I do random stretches throughout the day. I do yoga nidra at rest time. It really is the way that I cope with work, blogging, yoga stuff, small children, pregnancy, fibromyalgia, everything. Restorative poses and breathing as needed. When we go away on holiday, I seem to manage until the trip home, and I kind of sink into pain, fatigue, lethargy, and sickness. Do you guys get nauseous when your symptoms get bad? I do. Now I know I can do a few stretches, plug in my earphones, and tune out with yoga nidra guided meditation. And actually, I've been doing it so long now, I don't even necessarily need to be able to put one on. I can kind of go into a meditative state, and what it does is help me just take a step back from the symptoms and get home and get into bed. I've also taken the tools and molded them to what I need, right? So I'll take any tool that can offer me any help with pain and fatigue, and I'll use it. And so that's how we got to this, how I can even talk to you about this, because I literally just started experimenting and saying, okay, well, this feels good. Let's see how it can help me with my symptoms. So this is just some examples put into the downloadable worksheet that comes with the Foundations of Yoga for Fibromyalgia course, which is available inside the Yoga for the Chronic Life Studio. It's just an example so that when you're going through it and trying all of the poses and the classes and the tools, so that you can see how you would use them. Because the point of the studio and the courses and the YouTube is that you will take them, but then think about how you will use them as tools, because that's where the magic is for us. So for example, you might fill in yoga nidra every day after lunch, cat and cow whenever my back needs it, restorative poses right before bed, 10-minute breathing at least once a day, but also as needed. So it's just a really simple way to make sure that you're thinking about what's on offer and how you can use it, and then actually using it. That's the key here, is actually using it. So how do you take the tools and begin to use them? You can easily use a piece of paper. You don't need to use the worksheet that I give you, but you do have to learn what's available, right? So that you even know what's there. So I have two free programs that teach people. So I have the 5 minutes a day for 5-day pose challenge. And so that's where we literally look at 5 poses that can be really useful for fibromyalgia. Or there's the 10 minutes a day yoga for self-care challenge. And that's where we have 4 free classes that go through the 4 key tools that yoga offers us. Because I can create these things, I can give them to you through YouTube, I can give them to you in free challenges, I can give them to you in the studio, but it's not going to benefit you unless you try it. So you've got 5 minutes and you've got 10 minutes to try it, but take what they are and write them down so that you do it, and set a timer or something so that you're using these every single day.